empty words. Stop, stop.
And we are live here with some CCA Division 6 action featuring the Llamas out of the Newmont College of Computer Science against CSULB representing the California State University of Long Beach. My name is Spicy and I'm joined on the mic by Hydro. Hydro, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right, Spicy, and I think we're going to be in for a really fun match today.
Oh, for sure, yeah. So as someone who started CCA in Division 5 when it was the lowest division, played in Division 6 as well at one point, so I absolutely love watching the lower levels of Splatoon in CCA because, like, yes, maybe it's a lot more raw gameplay, but you get to see so many of these, like, bright potential moments and see a lot of amazing stuff as, like, these players learn the game and develop. And as someone who actually has connections with one of these teams, what can you tell me about CSULB Blue?
Well, yes. So I am a part of CSULB Black. However, I am going to be interested in watching CSULB Blue fight it out. I think the fights today are going to be very scrappy. They're going to have a lot of fun moments with specials, and I think overall, we're going to enjoy a really fun match.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Both these teams still have at least a one winner in their belt. It's still earlier on in their season, being able to, like, I think only 2 games played on each side. The Llamas out of Newmont College of Computer Science, they're 2-0 on the season with a win over Guga and a team from Athens. And if you're looking at their, like, keys to victory here, which we're going to be referring to a lot this season, for the Llamas, we're looking at play fast and aggressive when you can, take advantage and run with it, playing patient in disadvantage, and then enabling their teammates, making these 1v1s into 2v1s. And what can you tell me about for CSULB Blue? Like, what do you think they're going to be doing here then?
Well, their keys to victory, Spicy, today are going to be aggressing off of specials that they may have, taking power positions across the map, and importantly, not staggering when they may go down 1 or 2 members. And speaking of aggressing off of specials, we might see a couple weapons here today from Blue. We might see a few coolers, we might also see a 52, but we also might see an Octobrush with an Zipcaster. So we might be looking forward to that today. And what do you? What about on the side of Llamas, Spicy?
Yeah, so what I noticed immediately is, like, their most picked weapons are Squeezer, Inkbrush, and Dualies. So this means we're going to go into a matchup potentially of Inkbrush against Octobrush. You don't always get to see that. You really don't see Brush too often, really, within, like, the collegiate scene or really within comp as much anymore. So this is, like, a really cool matchup, I think, here. We're going to be able to potentially see these things, having those Squeezers, Inkbrushes, Dualies, and then the Zap 52 Octo on the other side. I think this is, like, it's, again, another hallmark of, like, Division 6 of CCA, where you get to see a lot of, like, very interesting weapon choices, and I think the creativity really goes a long way here, kind of finding their own niche in the game, finding their own, like, ways to define what kind of playstyles there are. And, like, if you look at the keys to victory that each team had, it really makes sense, and it really tried, and a lot of the weapons that you've seen them pick throughout the season already really do correspond with a lot of their keys to victory, how they want to play aggressive, play fast. You know, so that's actually a key thing for both of these teams here. So with that in mind, we're potentially going to be in for a really fun, really fast match.
Yeah, and I think because of that, you know, that's the beauty of Division 6. We're going to see a lot of creativity. We're going to see a lot of scrappy fights. We're going to be in for a lot of, like, potentially big upsets as well. In just any normal match that, you know, potentially we might not be able to see coming.
Yeah, for sure. I love that about Division 6, Division 5, of being able to have, like, those, like, creativity, as you mentioned, being able to have, like, that scrappiness. Like, there's something absolutely beautiful about the extreme chaos that happens in this game, especially at, like, Division 5, Division 6, like, having those moments of, like, where these fights, 1v1s turn into, like, big 2v1s, and these go all into these big team fights, and, like, it's just pick after pick, and then, like, specials after special, and there's a lot of just fast plays and a lot of aggression happening. And I think it's just everyone trying to, like, make that kind of play, and I'm really interested to see how both these teams approach, like, the team play aspect here, especially when they're in a disadvantage or when they're having a chance to, like, playing from behind. So I'm really interested to see what they go into here. So we're going to be starting off with tower control, ship-shaped cargo. What are your thoughts on this map mode combination?
Well, I think it might be a little bit snowbally here. If you can get maybe past the second checkpoint, the enemy team or the defending team might have a little bit of trouble getting back in. So I'm very curious to see what their strategies going into this, and maybe what their strategies for going in advantage or in disadvantage, Spicy.
No, I think that's a great way to put it. So, like, tower control already has become a very snowball-heavy mode in this game. And then ship shape, which I'm a big ship shape defender in a lot of modes, but, like, in tower, this one especially will have those, like, really scary moments of where after, like, one of those checkpoints goes down, it's all over, and it's just going to steamroll like crazy. So it looks like a lot of these players are starting to lock in here, locking in their weapon choices. So it looks like we are going to be getting started on this first game soon.
Yeah, and I think it's like a lot of it is going to be in a fight, you know, maybe in the mid, and I think that's how we're going to see a lot of the early game, especially as both teams are going to try to build up specials and try to find an advantage, as their keys victory stated earlier.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to see how those keys to victory take shape as we're about to start game one of this set on tower control, ship shape, cargo. Let's take a look at the opening comps from each team.
So we have a Squeezer and a ZNF Charger on the side of Llamas, and a Nautilus and NZAP on the side of CSULB Blue.
Yeah, so interesting things we're noticing immediately. We're seeing NZAP as the cooler option instead of Pencil. We're seeing the ZF Charger on the side of Newmont College here as well. So we're going to be able to see that kind of backline presence as both these teams are just trying to fight each other in mid. We're going to watch Drew get 2 picks already with that Octo Brush, already trying to punish on that cooler option as well. And now we're just going to be able to see what CSULB Blue is going to be able to do, having a potential opportunity to get these picks and now start to ride the tower, having the cooler as well, and a couple specials online. The Zipcaster is up, and you see Drew already able to make a play. We're going to see how this starts to progress here.
Yeah, so strong opening from Blue, and with this, we're trying to find a pick here on the side of Llamas, and yes, he gets 2, and trying to stabilize the situation. Samael trying to see if they could save their life here, but however, going down, and Llamas dying by Albi and Rays here.
Yeah, and now we're watching the Llamas now approach with the tower, having it at the 92, just starting to make their way here. 2 of them going down immediately, though, and now the strikes are going to be coming up online, but once again, they're just going to get picked off. And this is just some amazing defense we're watching from CSULB early on here. 2 specials online and 2 players down from the side of Newmont College, as CSULB is just going to be able to start riding the tower, have some more specials coming up, and you watch just Apollo just making some moves up here. The Zipcaster is online, 2 more specials are up. They're at the first checkpoint. Let's just see how they keep on going.
Blue is trying to create some space here with the 52 and that brush, trying to see if they could get any picks moving forward. Raised, seeing if they could stop this tower push, and does get a pick on to Deliva here, and Llamas definitely finding a few picks and stopping it and stalling it as much as they can. However, on the side of Blue, trying to push this still and keep it going. Spicy, what is happening here?
We're watching some Zipcaster action, and I absolutely love this kind of play right here. Drew is going to be able to, not going to be able to find the pick, but you saw how much of a distraction it was able to give, because now look at where the tower is. The tower is already at the 22, and that's deep into enemy territory here as you're watching CSULB once again take control of the tower and really just starting to make a lot of this big push here, trying to just put up so much pressure. Apollo is going to be taken down, though, but NCCS Llamas, they're going to have a long way to go here if they're going to make this comeback.
I think it's possible, Spicy. You know, we said this is a very snowbally map. So on down 2 down on the side of Blues, and this is the kind of snowball we're talking about. If Llamas can try to capitalize on this, we can find a very big push on the side of Llamas. Whales being popped on the side of Llamas, and 2 going down on both sides. Spicy, what do you think the plan is moving forward?
At this point, if you're the Llamas, it's just trying to reset back into neutral at this point, because yes, while they do have the tower back into mid, they have been really struggling to just really get any type of advantage here. Oftentimes, as you're seeing right now, Cal State University Long Beach is able to keep controlling the tower, and they once again have it. You're watching this disadvantage start to pile up. Multiple specials are going to start coming up online. The whale is going to be shot up from that 52, and the tower is just going to be able to keep on moving as the core is also up on the tower, and you're just watching as this blue team is just able to keep making this move, taking it all the way to that next checkpoint and potentially looking to break it here.
Yeah, and Team Blue trying to find his top right position, but does get the picks. However, let's see if Llamas can stop it. Akumu painting the tower, see if they can stall and paint as much as they can. Drew is popping Zipcaster once again, trying to find the pick on this backline, but doesn't quite. Does get one, gets two, and it continues going. However, I think Llamas did find a way back in. I'll be here with the ink brush, dismantling the backline of Blue here. And once again, we're back into the neutral mid.
Yeah, it's going to be much more needed, though, from Newmont if they're going to be able to make this comeback. You don't want to see these trades happening right now. You want to see them being able to make some advantages happen here. And now Apollo with the Gal is just trying to just, like, keep up some pressure here. Going to be able to find the pick and now have the whale online. Pops the whale here. Going to try and just stall him out. It's a 44 seconds. Finding the pick as well. And now being able to retake the tower. CSULB is looking very comfortable with 40 seconds to go. And the 3-down situation might be the early dagger with about 30 seconds left.
I wouldn't count out Llamas just yet. They still have specials available. The strikes can definitely get them back in. And the Zuka, we all know how Zuka is right now. You know, as long as you can find maybe a couple of picks here, I think Llamas still have a really good chance to get in.
Oh, and this is scary right here. We're approaching the last 15 seconds, and now you're watching we get these picks as well. This is the chance here. There's 10 seconds left. They have to take control of the tower once again, but this is looking very rough with 5 seconds to go. It's going to look like it's going to be able to happen. I'm not too sure, as I do think CSULB is going to be able to take that first game here in this set.
Very good showings as on a first game for both teams. I love both of them, you know, scrapping it out in the middle of the fight, but also Team Blue managing to capitalize on their positioning and their snowball effect of this map to gain the lead that they did.
Yeah, and I was thinking back to like the keys of victory for CSULB Blue. They were really able to play off those specials, just having that aggressive like kind of like game plan going because of the specials, and it really paid off in their advantage there. You saw how they're able to sort of like keep moving in with the whale, keep moving in with having those tactical cores, really making the most out of those openings, and from there they're able to take those power positions and then just keep playing from the advantage state. And we've talked about this multiple times. Playing from an advantage state is really important, especially on a snowball heavy map. Really wondering what kind of adjustments are going to be made now for Newmont College going into this next game.
Yeah, and I think even though they were getting snowballed onto, Newmont definitely played well in their disadvantage state, definitely putting up a good fight and making sure they don't completely knock out right away.
For sure, yeah. So we're going into Rainmaker on Undertow Spillway. This is a pretty common map mode combination in terms of Rainmaker. I think probably one of the more popular ones at the moment. And now I think this is going to be really interesting to see what kind of adjustments now are being made. You saw the Squeezer was being picked off, and you saw the NZAP was being used as the core option for NCCS Llamas. Wondering what else they're going to be looking to do here. I don't know if we saw a dually last game, but I know they have some in their pocket at least. So gonna see like what kind of the adjustments are being made, because like the set, it's still very long here, best of 7. It's only game 2. It's still pretty much anyone's set at this point.
Yeah, with it only being game 2 and a good first showing, I do wonder what adaptations we're gonna see on both teams. You know, with Newmont definitely having a more dedicated backliner, maybe they'll switch off a bit, or maybe they'll use the ZNF ZNF Charger to, you know, maybe push holding control of mid even better this time around.
Oh, I like that a lot, actually. So like, yeah, maybe like adjusting the backline type of thing here, because if you think back to what California State University was doing, they had a much more aggressive comp, I feel, just by not really having a backline in that setup. So I'm wondering if that's maybe the play here, especially with Rainmaker being at such of a fast pace or such a movement heavy game mode as is. So being able to have that kind of movement options with like cores and like maybe moving the Snipe Rider to have that extra painting output, having that core option instead of Zap could be the play here. I'm wondering if that's going to be the moves here. You notice that they the Llamas like just immediately pick their weapon selection, so they seem to have a very good idea of what they're going to be doing going into this next game.
Yeah, and I hope they really don't feel shaken up by that loss. Again, it's only game 2. So there's still plenty of chances for them to show what they're capable of and, show their skills and show their style out on the field.
I just got some breaking news that the Dualies players sprained their wrist 20 minutes before the match for the Llamas. So that is rough. I've seen it before. Like, people will joke about it, but injuries in this game do happen. My one friend sprained her thumb last year in CCA, so it was like, hey, these happen. So, good rest care, take care of your hands. Like, the physical aspect of this game is like very much a big part of it. So, gamers, make sure you are taking care of yourselves both in and out of this game, and hopefully the Dualies player has a good recovery soon.
Yeah, and always take care of yourself. It is an esports. Don't push yourself too hard. Take it easy. And with that, we're moving on into Rainmaker Undertow. Let's see what kind of weapons they have. We're seeing, again, similar comp, I think, for the same one on Llamas and on Team Blue here, Spicy.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting seeing the same comps being used on both sides here. But hey, at least for CSULB Blue, it makes a lot of sense because the comp really did work out in their favor. And now you're watching as, like, the bubbles popped immediately within, like, that first 10 seconds. I was just trying to fight off in mid, trying to see what's going to be happening here. The blue team does be able to take that Rainmaker up. Always now trying to find some picks here, having that whale as well. And now you're just watching as the CSULB Blue isn't going to be able to take it very far, taking it up to the 91, and now just trying to reset back here as we are watching this neutral exchange once again.
Yeah, once again, I thought they maybe were going to go for an entire push, but then, well, lo and behold, we have a scrappy fight in mid, and then we're going for a back to neutral. However, I think Team Blue is going for a push here. Drew with the Zipcaster, and Apollo going for the sneak on the checkpoint here. Drew going down, however, they do get the checkpoint. Let's see if Blue can make any use of this.
I love that play, actually, using the Zipcaster to basically be a distraction as one of the people from California State University is going to be able to break that checkpoint just off of that. That was a great play on their end there. And now you're seeing them being able to move this Rainmaker quickly. It's already at the 22. Two down now, 15 to go. Oh my gosh, this is how the game.
Oh my gosh. And just like that, Team Blue has found a knockout. Wow, okay. I mean, Rainmaker is such a fast mode. We know that knockouts can happen in a blink of an eye. And just like that, Team Blue showcased what this mode and map mode is truly capable of.
I didn't even get to like finish my thought process until I realized I was like, wait, this game's about to be over. I saw the 2-down situation. I'm like, oh no, this is going really quickly. And then yeah, CSULB is playing phenomenal right now with like a lot of their just specials are being used very well. They're really making the most out of these advantage states, and I think from these advantages, it's been able to just keep getting these big pushes or get these big points taken away now. So it's looking very comfortable for them going in with a 2-0 lead. Set is still long, though. I've seen comebacks like this happen before. It won't be the first time we can see it today. So what are we thinking now if you're Newmont College down 0-2 in the set?
Well, I think, we gotta be a little bit more aware of our, positioning. We gotta keep an eye on, objectives sometimes. But overall, sometimes we just gotta play our game. We have a squeezer, we have an ink brush. Let's try to play to our advantages as much as possible. And we might see that on Clan Blitz Umami because of an ink brush as well. Spicy.
I will say, yeah, you're right. Brushes will always find a niche in Clan Blitz, just being able to have that like fast option to get into the basket. And I think really for Newmont College, like especially because they have the ink brush, which is a faster weapon here, arguably the fastest breakthrough option here, just being able to get towards that basket. I think that's going to be really helpful for them. You've noticed that like playing fast and aggressive when they can is a big goal for them, and then playing patient in disadvantage. So I think the patience is a really big thing here, and like I will always talk about the mental aspect of Splatoon because like hey, you're down 0-2 in the set, but hey, you still got a lot to go here. Just playing patiently, playing calm, one game at a time, one interaction at a time is going to be absolutely massive for this team as they go into this. Because like Long sets though. Let's watch and see if Newmont College is going to be able to get on the board, or if California State University Long Beach is about to take a commanding 3-0 lead.
Yeah, and let's see what these weapons have. We see a Snipe Raider on the side of Llamas, I think. Yes, we do, and the same comp on the side of Blue. Snipe Raider is an interesting choice, so they opted to swap out the NZAP for the Snipe Raider now, and opting to swap the NZAP for a vanilla shot. What do you think about that, Spicy?
Actually, it's very traditional. I'll say that. We're looking at a double Zuka comp now, as well as Snipe Raider, arguably the best weapon in this game for a reason. And now also maintain that Ink Brush too for NCCS. This is like potentially a really good way for Newmont College to not only control a lot from distance with the Zukas and the Snipe Raider, but also have that like really fast movement option with the Ink Brush now. So now when you're looking at them, they already have a Power Clam ready as well, and now a numbers advantage too. So this could be the start of something here for the Llamas.
Yeah, Llamas definitely finding a little bit of space here, maybe trying to find some room to breathe. Zuka is being popped, but does go down on the side of Llamas. However, I don't think Llamas are done just quite yet. They're still scrapping it out in mid, and does find a pick on the 2 down on the side of Blue, and they're already starting to go in. The Albi's already finding maybe a position on Snipe, but does go down to Drew here, Spicy.
Yeah, that was a good idea there from OB, but not being able to take the most of it. And you're watching as Drew is able to start punishing with finding all of these picks. And now having this big 4-2 advantage, as well as having a Power Climb ready, it is possible for CSULB to start making a push here. But OB is going to have something to say about that as they pick up the Power Climb here. We're about to approach the first 90 seconds of this game. No team has scored yet, but its things are going to look to potentially end soon.
It might be the battle of the brushes here. You know, it's Clam Blitz. We got to see what's going on. They're both trying to find flanks on each other. And just as I say that, I think Drew is trying to go in, but doesn't. Does he find a pick? Pops Zipcaster to see if he can extend this push here. Zipcaster trying to be the target and goes down 3 on the side of Llamas here.
That was a beautiful usage of the Zipcaster, finding those picks and then finding the opening as well. And you're seeing how CSULB is able to take a massive push here, take it all the way to the 45, 42 now, as they have 2 down in the situation. And just look at Drew, just finding all these picks, just keep adding on to the pressure. And now they don't have enough power clams or clams to really make this push, keep this push extended. But that was a phenomenal way for CSULB to have that opening push at that point.
Yeah, and I think Llamas definitely decided that they played it very well defensively, despite, you know, the push looking pretty bad on their end. Kumu and Ray's definitely holding back, making sure that no one else is trying to sneak in and toss in any more sneaky clams here. However, Albi trying to see if they could get the distraction, but runs out of ink and does end up going down here.
Yeah, and meanwhile, CSULB scores again. Now having a power claim as well here. Drew is looking to finally find a way in. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to do so, though, before the basket goes up, which is going to be unfortunate for them as they also go 2 down. Newmont College has 2 minutes to go here and has 2 power claims ready. This could be potentially a very interesting situation here as they have the core online and having a numbers advantage too. Having Whale, having Zuka. This could be big as multiple members are going down on both teams. And now this could be absolutely massive with less than 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes remaining, 2 minutes of still fighting it around. They're juggling clams, I think, to keep it alive so that the allies can come back and pick up the clams, making sure that, you know, none of them go down. However, 3 go down on the side of Llamas. Let's see if they can get something here.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be a way to easily get towards the basket. Drew is starting to find a lot of ways to just find its opening. One is going to go in, and they're taking it all the way to the 19, and maybe this could be it soon. There's not enough clams really available. The 52 is the only one up, but they're taking it to the 13, really putting a ton of pressure onto Newmont College here. Llamas are going to start digging deep. Comebacks like this are still possible, but they got to start getting some clams ready if they want to make this happen.
I think if they can keep finding these picks with these specials, something that Riley can maybe find a way to get that cooler in, find some kind of pick. However, he is being dived and does get the pick on Drew, so maybe this can be a way for them to get some kind of opening. Akuma getting a pick on Apollo, and you know what? It was kind of worth. You got 2 and you go down. It's fine. It's all good, Ray. Ray is trying to find one going in, and we're kind of just back into neutral here, but, you know, let's see what's going on here, Spicy.
Yeah, I know. With 30 seconds to go, this is where things really start to matter here. You're watching as CSULB has another power clam ready and has the clam advantage as well. So they could look to just end the game outright here. If with a knockout at this point, and you see, with 2 down now for the Llamas, this could be very scary as well. 10 seconds to go. They don't have a power clamp up at the moment here. They gotta start building one quickly. They have it ready, potentially. 5 to go. And now this could be a potential overtime situation if they are able to grab something, but they are not able to.
That was a valiant effort by Newmont College. You know, they were definitely finding it out in mid, and I think if they had just maybe a bit more time and a little bit more paint to work with, I think they may have been able to pull something off there, Spicy.
Yeah, I think really that game was actually a lot closer than what the score will indicate. Because, like, really, if you think about it, the only things that really made that score what it was the value of the team fight. You watch the CSULB, when they won those team fights, they were able to just get so much of an advantage and then be able to score as often as they did, being able to find that paint control, which gives them the power, which gives the fine clams, and then getting to the basket easily then. So you're watching just how CSULB is really able to make the most out of these keys to victory that they've been looking at, being aggressive off of their specials, taking those power positions and always being together. They're not staggering in. They are playing very well to what they want to do, and like all the props to them. Definitely still possible though. We've seen reverse sweeps happen before. Newmont College is undefeated this season for a reason, so you never know. Maybe we could be in. Maybe this true set is starting right now with Splat Zone's Mako Mart.
A reverse sweep may be on the horizon, and yeah, I agree. Blue, you know, being able to push off those specials that they had, but also Llamas, you know, they are not out of the game yet. They definitely did shut down a lot of Blue's advances moving forward, and you know, like you said, the score definitely doesn't show the state of the game, you know. Although they didn't quite get a score, it was still, I think, a very close game. But moving on to Splat Zone's Mako Mart, you know, what do you think we might be seeing here?
I'm wondering if the Llamas opt to go back to their tried and true weapons here, especially because they seem to play better in a slower mode like Clam Blitz. I'm wondering if they might try to do the same here in Splat Zones. And you do see a ballpoint coming back out. That's an option here. You don't see ballpoint as much anymore, but hey, we're going to be seeing that now with double backline comp actually from the Llamas. This could be really interesting.
Double backline comp on Mako Mart. This is something that I'm not quite familiar with, but I'm curious to see if Llamas go. We have a trade up already on the stacks. Apollo already pushing very far up and getting control of the enemy stack already here. Let's see what Llamas can do. Ballpoint definitely, however, pushing them off their stack. Finds a pick on the Deliva here, and Akumu just holding their position down in this mid area here. Spicy.
Yeah, it's so important in a double backline comp situation that you have to like really maintain, you have to really control the pace of the game, because otherwise the other team will just start to outrun you. And you're seeing that the rush from the Llamas is going to be able to help do that here. But look at this. CSULB Blue is still maintained, but look at the triple from Aussie to turn the tide of the game so far, trying to keep this set alive right there with an amazing triple, and now having the zone in favor for the Llamas.
CS Long Beach Blue was looking to have a clean knockout, but Albie said not today and decided to get a triple right there. However, it's still not over yet. Llamas still trying to find control. Trades going on either sides. Drew definitely had a Zipcaster, but you know, we couldn't find. Maybe they did find some value here. To leave a getting splashdown, and Albie having to run away. Oh, and does dummy to a bomb on the way out.
Splashdown actually was very clutch, because you notice that the Llamas were about to take the lead right there as well. So now it's a very close game. CCOB Blue is just trying to work their way through their penalty right here, and it does look like they will be able to do so as a few of their members also go down the process. The Zuka being fired off from that squeezer from a distance, not going to be able to find anything yet though, and now this could be big as CCOB Blue starts already out of their penalty and having a slight advantage, but maybe not for long though, as it does look like the Llamas are going to be able to try to take this zone, as Akumu with the jet is going to try to look to make something happen here.
Akumu with the jet definitely managing to bring the team in. However, they did manage to get the flip. However, I don't know if Llama can capitalize it. And just as I say that, they might be able to capitalize it here. They need to find an opening. Sniper Raider painting the zone, allowing for this ink brush to get it right in. Riley managing to jump back out, maybe try to save for a cooler here. However, Albie is just deciding to go in and gets... Oh, there's 3 down on the side of blue.
Yeah, that 3 down is rough as the Llamas are going to be able to capitalize on that and start to take control of the zone once again. And now in this advantage state, this is where double backline really shines here. And now the core is online and in play. And this could be big here. They're going to be able to find that core and just start to work their way out of this penalty. They are going to have the zone once again, and the penalty is going to be gone. But 2 down now. 2 special online. The Zuka is, oh my god, 3 down now for the Llamas. This is a catastrophic situation, but they still have control of the zone up until the end, taking it all the way to a 39-36 disadvantage now.
This is such a close game. Ray's trying to pop the Zuka, and maybe does get a trade here. However, Deliva trying to get the space back still here. Llamas and Blue are just fighting it out to see who can, you know, find like some semblance of control. And Albie getting a pick here, trading with the brush as well. Both teams are just trying to find any advantage to get. However, it does seem that Llamas does have 3 down, and you know, just trying to get back into mid here.
Yeah, that 3 down situation made things very difficult for them. And now we're watching as CSULB Blue is pretty close to ending this game right here. It's going to be up to the Llamas to see if they're going to be able to have one last stand to take this game and trying to force it out.
They got to make one last push here. Albie's trying to run it in, and not quite yet. However, you know, I think they still put up a good fight, and honestly, that was such an entertaining match to watch, Spicy.
That was an insane match to watch, honestly. So, I'm thinking now about, really, that game was so close, especially if you looked at what was happening there. It was very back and forth. You saw that Newmont College was so close to bringing out that lead there, and, like, it's such a shame that it wasn't able to like really capitalize on that. But hey, congratulations to CSULB Blue for taking that win in like a very convincing fashion, at least from what the score says. But hey, the score might not tell the true story, as really both teams played very well in multiple points of that match.
Yeah, I agree. Score does not tell the full story here. While it is a 4-0, I do think Newmont College definitely played super well today. You know, and we were super surprised by their picks today. You know, we saw a Snipe Rider, we also saw double backline, and they really almost made it work in some of these games. With maybe just a little bit more tweaking, they might be able to pull out some creative stuff here today.
And speaking of creative stuff, it looks like we are going to be doing the Play-All 7, the CCA tradition of playing out the entire best-of-7 set, which I love to see. And now this is exactly where you see creativity happen. Because while we are on Tower Control Inkblot Art Academy, which might be the most tried-and-true map mode combination in the game, we could be seeing some crazy stuff here. Maybe we'll be once again seeing double backline coming back out. Or maybe we'll see something like 4 Splattershot Juniors. You never know in this community. So, but here we are. Let's see what happens.
4 Splattershot Juniors would be a treat to watch, but I don't know if we're going to be quite seeing that today as we move on to this next match. We're gonna see back the double backline once again. And now we're going to see a dualies instead of the Nautilus on the side of blue, yes. So we're going to see more splashdowns.
Yeah, more splashdowns. Woo! So
we love splashdowns here.
We do love splashdowns here, and now we're going to be able to see what happens with this like kind of like differences in like the comps and being able to go back to tower control. This is a very common map mode combination, or the most common map mode combination really in this scene. But now seeing things like double backline, it's going to be interesting for these teams, like for the Llamas, to how they approach this and see what they do here. We're in the first 30 seconds of the game. No one has taken control of the tower yet. A lot of just neutral fighting in mid, and we're going to wait to see what happens until one team really starts to get going.
The tower may not have moved, but there's been a lot of fights going down. A lot of two downs on both sides. However, I think we're about to start seeing some special coordination over here. Samael riding the tower and making sure they don't die here. However, Albie's pushing them off and does die in the process of trying there. However, I think Llamas are finding a way to stabilize their position here, Spicy.
Yeah, they are really starting to figure out a way to establish that position here, and Cal State University, they're doing really good here. They've been able to just like make the most out of all of this. They're already past the 50, having a chance to just keep snowballing here now, and now the Llamas are trying to make something happen here, and this could be big. This brush does get onto the tower and is able to take control of it now, and you see Albie once again just taking another pick. It's a 2-down situation on each side. This could be big now for the Llamas to just start get going. Look at Albie, just absolutely will not be denied.
Yeah, I'll be just making sure that they do not end this game as soon as they can. You know, I'll be just coming in and taking their plant right here, while I'm sure Reigns and Akumu and Riley are making sure that, you know, they aren't losing their positioning on their side of the map, on Llama's side of the map as well. So making sure that, you know, this game is still stable, despite I'll be going in and making sure, you know, they're just diving and making sure that they aren't, you know, losing any map control here.
Yeah, for sure, and that was actually really massive of Albi to do, because now they're in a 3-down situation, and the tower is now going back to CSULB Blue, and now they're going to be able to have that cooler as well, and really start to make the most out of this push. Having the splashdown also online for Gleba, this could be absolutely critical here. You see the splashdown coming out, not going to be able to find anything though, and now trying to work their way in, but dive wasn't effective, as Albi and the rest of the Llamas are going to be able to keep maintaining this defensive stronghold. But here it is going down to this last checkpoint, and this is very scary now.
Akumu and Riley trying their best to hard. Adam Wipeout just goes down. Wait, this could be the end, but I know that Llamas can have a shot here if they can find 1 or 2 picks on the tower, and not quite there yet. Going to the side of Long Beach Blue once again.
Yeah, CSULB Blue is just playing so well right now, like as a unit, like as a whole. You're watching them make so many of these pushes together, and at this level, that's exactly the thing where a lot of teams will like start to struggle with. So you're seeing that they're able to really make the most out of this team play, really playing as one cohesive unit, and that's been making their entire set for them so good, because like just being able to have that kind of team play is just very massive at this level.
Yeah, and that team play is definitely helping against the aggressiveness that Llamas have been trying to, you know, oppose onto the enemy team. However, the double backline, I think, has been really an interesting pick, because they're not losing map control as much as you would think they would going down. You know, having that ballpoint, having that snipe rider is definitely holding their positions a lot more and making sure that these games don't end as quickly as they do.
For sure, yeah. Having that map control is especially like really important here. And we're going back to Rainmaker, and we remember what happened in game 2, where just how fast the things happen, and that's what ended up turning into a really quick win for CSULB Blue. And I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing something similar here, or what kind of adjustments are being made. And so, yeah, I'm wondering especially, are we going to be seeing double backline come out again, especially on Rainmaker? That would be a very bold choice, but I would love to see the creativity here.
Yeah, and, you know, having a backliner here is going to be especially powerful, and I might be inclined to say we might see a ballpoint again, because of how powerful Jet can be in getting Llamas in. And yes, indeed, we do see that ballpoint come back in, and no comp changes on both sides, Spicy.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting now, having like the no comp changes, just trying to rock with what we have here. And I think Rainmaker Museum is a very underrated map mode combination. That could be a hot take, but like this is a potentially a very interesting way to see how both these teams approach this. And a lot of fighting is happening into mid right now, and this is just absolutely scary. Watching Drew now with that Octo Brush, just trying and Shark, see what they're able to find here. The Rainmaker is still in mid, the bubble is popped. No team has been able to pick it up yet, and you're just watching this neutral exchange, seeing who's going to be able to make the most out of this push here.
Coolers come out on the side of Llama, seeing if they can find any picks. However, I think you said Albi on the other side of the map, just trying to get in for any picks, stabilizing the situation, which, you know, maybe Llamas can make use of. Ray's looking to maybe pick up this Rainmaker here, but Apollo challenging this, and both going back to neutral here.
Yeah, and now we're watching. This has been a long neutral fight, honestly. And now 2 down for the side of CCA, but 2 down also for the side of the Llamas. Both these teams, we haven't seen any Rainmaker movement yet in the first minute. No one's been able to pick it up yet, and the bubble is still popped. The Rainmaker is still sitting in the middle of the map. And now it does look like that maybe Ray's gonna be able to pick it up. Never mind, Apollo's gonna say no. Apollo's gonna finally pick it up. And that's almost 100 seconds down. But it looks like, look, they might be able to get that first check here.
First checkpoint brutally forced through, but hey, if the checkpoint is broken, the checkpoint is broken. However, you know, that is a lot of map position that may be given up to Llamas here. I'll be trying to make use of that. Divides a pick with the bomb, and Jet is being popped by Akumo over here, and does find a way to get, you know, control of that right side. Rainmaker is picked up, and maybe we can find some picks here. one goes down on both sides, and 2 go down on the side of Llamas here. Oh, unfortunately, Rainmaker did have to back up a little bit, and I wonder if that was going to be a interesting decision here.
That could have been a very interesting decision there as well. But look at the Rainmaker already at the 4 and being able to get shut down really close to the goal. But this is big, and it's a necessary wipe for the Llamas. Now being able to have the Rainmaker, I wonder if they're going to look to reset or if they're going to look to just push it up traditionally. And it does look like they will try to push it up traditionally. They have some specials online. The Jet and the Zuko look like they're going to be able to try and make and help out this Rainmaker, make that push. Start getting back into mid, and this could be big. There's still a lot of games that could be played with Evergy just past the halfway point. Gonna see what the Llamas do here.
Yeah, that Jet and Zuka is gonna be very big. Oh, but that splash up does manage to get the Rainmaker, and 2 go down on the side of Llamas. So with only a Jet to spare, and maybe some leeway to see if they could maybe just get back into mid here.
Yeah, they're just trying to fight their way back into mid. This could be scary here. And they're looking at this. 3 down now for the side of CSULB Blue. And this could be big for the Llamas. Now having the Zuka online as well as having that Rainmaker going to look to try and finally start to make this big push that they've been looking for all set. And you're watching Raze with that squeezer trying to find some pace. The Rainmaker is sadly going to be able to go down. And now it's a 2-down situation for the Llamas here. They're approaching 90 seconds to go in this game.
I think they still have a chance, you know. They have really good specials, they have really good fighting capabilities. However, Blue is making it really hard for them to do so. Trying to farm a cooler, trying to find any opening they can. However, they're losing a lot of space here, but they are stalling it long enough that they may be able to find something here. Zuka finding the Rainmaker here, and looks like Llamas have more room to breathe here than they would, you know, having more room than, you know, Blue would like them to have.
Yeah, exactly, and that was a big 3-down situation that they were able to force as well. The Rainmaker is still into their own territory, which is not ideal, and now they're going to go 2 down. This is rough for the Llamas, going 3 down as well, briefly, and now looking at Apollo and the rest of CSULB Blue, now starting to make the most out of this push. They're having the Rainmaker once again. The Whale is going to be coming out, going to just try to force some very difficult situations, and now forcing Apollo going to get that trade on with Albie as well. 2 down once again for the Llamas, and now with 30 seconds to go, it very much seems like CSULB has control here.
Llamas get a trade, Blue gets a trade, everyone gets a trade here today. You know, it's just a bunch of trades here today, and with Drew going for a Zipcaster, they may see another trade here. Drew getting 1 for 1. Oh my gosh, Zuka's coming out. So many things are happening at once here, Spicy.
Oh wait, and it's a 3-down situation. This is a final stand now for the Llamas, actually. This is a big chance for them to finally get the push going here. They have this Whale online, and let's see if Albie's going to be able to play that escort role. But that's flank from Apollo, just coming out of nowhere from that right side and being able to take down the Rainmaker before anything could happen.
Wow, such an incredible showing again of both teams. You know, I'm surprised Long Beach held that position for as long as they did. As Llamas were, you know, finding very good opportunities to come back into mid, but not quite finding it just when they needed to yet.
Yeah, it's been rough, honestly. They've seen those things happen, and it's been very close for the Llamas to finally get that breakthrough moment, but it's just been really a testament to how well CSULB has been playing tonight. So being able to consistently just find these options and consistently just shut them down. But hey, we're going into now Game 7 of this playoff. Clan Blitz, Barnacle, and Dime. Clan Blitz and Mommy earlier was pretty close, all things considered, with how back and forth it really was with all of those neutral exchanges. So I'm wondering, going into this game, what are we going to be seeing, and is this really going to be something where both teams just try to really make the most out of this? It'll be the last game of this set here. I'm really excited to see what we got going.
It's gonna be an exciting one. You know, this is their last chance to, you know, maybe show anything they haven't shown quite yet, but also, you know, just let out as many, you know, creative ideas they may have on here today, you know, for this stream today. And you know, we're just going straight into it. What are we expecting, Spicy?
I don't know at this point, so I'm thinking we'll see a lot of the same here, but if I see something crazy happening in the playoff 7, you never know. I will kind of like to see what happens with the double backline once again. We are seeing,
it.
yeah, double backline. Yeah, very similar comp here. Yeah, same comps we've been going here. Them just trying to get those extra reps, really, it looks like. And I think that's very commendable about these teams here. Treating this playoff 7 like, hey, it's basically like the rest of the set here. Just trying to use this as like extra practice time. It's like an extension of a scrim. Really love to see it.
Yeah, I love that we do play all 7 here, but, you know, going right into it. Ray's going down to Drew here, you know, finding a pick, and let's see if, you know, there's platform here is going to be very strong positioning for both teams. However, I'll be finding a pick on to Deliva and Drew here, extending their lead here, and maybe this is what Llamas needed.
Oh my god, Albi basically just has like 4 splats right there with 2 picks and an assist. And now having that power clamp as well, this is going to be very big for the Llamas here. And this has basically just been a story of the brushes on both sides. Albi and Drew just being really putting on an absolute show here. And now this is big. If we're going to see if this clam economy is going to mean anything, as Akumu with that jet is going to try and just make something happen. Now it looks like we're a minute in. No team has been able to break the basket just yet, but I would imagine that's going to end soon.
Always just finding an opening here, but doesn't quite get Samael here getting, you know, having that cooler up and, you know, just managing to have that awareness of making sure that Inkbrush does not get through and destroy the entire backline here.
Yeah, and that's really massive. They're able to just destroy their entire backline. And now watching as they have 2 power clamps now from the side of CSULB Blue, this could be a way for them to start making their way in. But the double backline comp is a very strong defensive pull, especially when you have Albi also in the front to support, taking 2 down before going down. And that's a wipe for the Llamas.
Wipe is what the Llamas needed, and, you know, we're going to see a lot of positioning be taken. With double backline, they're going to be having such a strong positioning, especially on these power positions here, you know. Dazuka being popped onto the lead, but it does get the picks. You know, 2 down on the side of Blue. We're trying to see if we could extend this push here. It doesn't quite get it to the basket just yet, however, I'll be keeping it alive and not quite there yet.
Yeah, the Llamas as a whole have been doing very well in terms of playing off of these specials, really using them to find these openings and just haven't been able to punch that ticket yet, though. 2 down on their side now as CSULB Blue is also trying to start figuring out what they can do without clams. And you're just watching, oh, we keep finding these picks before going down themselves. Deliva's gonna have to be able to try and figure something out here as well. Almost has that splashdown ready, and this could be big. Cooler online here, so this is gonna really start to enable some fast gameplay with about half of this match gone.
Fast gameplay is what they wanted, and fast gameplay is what we might be getting here as Drew decides to go in and goes for a trade. Albi doing the same thing, but doesn't quite get the pick there. Team Blue kind of grouped up here and trying to see if they can work together here to find a push here. However, Riley is definitely holding them back and making sure that Team Blue does not get what they want.
Yeah, and Team Blue has a ton of clams online as well. You're just seeing them have the clam economy up, being able to just pass it up. Drew is gonna not find it right there, but the Zap has the power play before going down. And this is a stellar defense being played on the side of the Llamas. But Drew's gonna have something to say about that, having that power play, just trying to pass it up. Passes it to Apollo. This could be big for them with 90 seconds to go. We have yet to see anyone score, and now you're just trying to see both the teams once again back into neutral. It's an absolute dogfight here.
Dogfight is, you know, sometimes what happens in clams when both teams are just so good at fighting and, you know, trying to make use of every inch that they can get. You know, specials are being flung here, specials are being canceled, some are just unfortunately being wasted, but some of them make big picks like these. You know, Spicy, what is happening now?
Well, I don't know what is happening, but it's a 3-down situation on the Llamas for CSULB Blue, popping that splashdown as well. We're less than a minute to go. No team has scored yet, and this is going to be very interesting. You see that the power clamps have been available on both sides for a while now. I'll be trying to find these pictures. That's one. Gonna try to stay alive to potentially to make something happen here, having the whale as well. And you see Drew also trying to come up with that pick. They're gonna be able to find it as well, and this is absolutely insanity happening with Pandemonium in the last 30 seconds to go.
30 seconds left. They have to find something here, or else, you know, we'll go into overtime, which... Oh, Zip gets popped. Let's see if they can find a pick here. It doesn't quite find it, so they're still neutralizing this game. Spicy.
Oh, this is so close. With 20 seconds to go, 17. Look at that. Riley finding that pick to stall out. The splashdown coming out. finding two as well. Two going up for the side of CSULB, LB Blue. They don't have clams. No one has a clam ready at this point.
The game is not over. We are still going to Jet finds one. Let's see if they can find more. Don't go down on the Llamas, however. It didn't go down. This might be
overtime.
This could be into overtime. Llamas don't have a power climb yet.
Ready now. Oh, CSULB Blue has that power clam ready, and they're going to start to look to make their way in. Apollo has the clam, has the whale ready as well. Now trying to find this to fake all the all we getting the assist here. Gonna try and weave their way in, and now Kumu stops it. Oh my god, splash wall! Oh my god!
Wow. I don't know what to say here, Spicy. That was such an incredible showing of overtime. It was just like bullets were flying, ink was flying, specials were flying, everything was trying to do nothing, everything is doing everything. Man, Spicy, what did we watch?
That's why I love Division 6 CCA. You get moments like that where it's like where these teams will sometimes they'll struggle to find this opening, but it sets up for this beautiful story of like these teams just start doing anything they can. You see both these teams come so close to the basket in regulation, and then you saw that last push really from Apollo there, just trying to get into the basket, then getting shut down, and then the rebound game picked up, and I wasn't sure how long it would take, but finally CSULB breaks through and wins that game. That was a phenomenal game to really capitalize on what's been a phenomenal set.
Yeah, and you know, even though the score shows otherwise, I think, you know, both teams were pretty close. It was an amazing thing to watch, and been an honor to, you know, just watch here on the CCA stream today.
Yeah, like that's been a phenomenal set, and the best thing is that's not the only set we have for you guys tonight, because after this, at the next hour, we got Division 4 action featuring Farmingdale Esports against the University of Georgia's Red Team. But hey, we still have we just had a phenomenal set here, and we got one more coming up. It's going to be an absolute great night of CCA action. But I think that's going to be it to wrap up. That's going to wrap it up for us two tonight. So, Hydro, it's been a pleasure commentating with you. Where can the good people find you on social media if you have any?
Sorry, unfortunately, I do not have any social media, but, you know, I think you do, Spicy, so, yeah, you know.
Trust me, social media is a double-edged sword, to say the least. But, hey, you can find me on Twitch at spicy_BM, I think, and on Twitter at 2SpicyBM. It's been an absolute pleasure getting the cast with you, Hydro. Hopefully we get to do this again, but that's going to be it for us two tonight. But hey, stay around, because we got another set coming up in a few minutes.